Well, it's not Cheesy's chat tonight. It's Alfie's analysis, I guess. Alfie Turner, coach, is with us tonight. He's just done an interview for the Cornwall Soccer podcast as well. Dave Dakin is going to be on Friday, so he's in interview mode. So Alfie, 11-1 tonight. Well, difficult to talk about that one, really, isn't it? No one likes to see that, do they?
No, not really. And I said to Dave as well, and manager, it's the guys. They didn't give up actually, which I thought was quite a credit to them. But I think we played very well in spells tonight. I think we started the game really well, and yeah, we got a little bit complacent towards the end of the first half, which we spoke about at half time, and the guys came out and responded to what Cheesy and Matt had said to them at half time. So over the moon, obviously, yeah, don't like to see kind of scorelines like that, but I can't remember the last time, or there probably hasn't been a time where Penzance have won a game by 10 goals, particularly a league game anyway.
Mm-hmm. So there was some really quality finishes tonight, wasn't there? The goals were distributed. Lewis Castle got 4, Charlie Young got 2, Wade Brown came off the bench and scored 2, and there were singles for Josh Maggin, Charlie Willis and Jacob Trudgeon. So most players weighed in, some really good quality finishes. What was your favourite?
I like Lewis scoring with his right foot, actually. He spends a lot of time at training, shooting and just smashing balls with his left foot. So for him to score with his right foot, I think it's good. But I think it's very pleasing that the team have actually got a bit of killer instinct in front of goal. I think it's something we have lacked for probably more than this season. So for us to actually put the ball in the net 11 times during a game is great. Obviously, it's not great to see those kind of scorelines generally, but I think a lot of it was down to our quality rather than the opposition. So yeah, we worked really well. We played some really good football. We had a little spell in the first half, like I said, where we perhaps took a foot off the gas, but the guys came out second half and played some really nice stuff.
Mm-hmm. And we also must mention there was Truro's goal was an absolute cracker scored by Nathaniel West, who's an ex-Magpie. It was a great finish, that wasn't it, on the turn?
Yeah, I think that was probably the point in the game where we got to 4-0, we said at half time, we've kind of just thought, well, that's game done, and perhaps that's correct, but we need to carry on playing the game. There's a good hour left to play, if not more, and we just switched off from a corner, and I think it was a really soft goal from our perspective, which is frustrating, and obviously Harry's a bit disappointed not to keep a clean sheet in a game where he's had very, very little to do. But yeah, it was a really good finish, well worked by them, but we're disappointed with it, to be fair. But again, can't be too disappointed with the result in general.
Mm-hmm. And another thing we must mention, Truro keeper Piran Jones suffered an injury early in the second half and had to play on because they'd used their substitute. So I think he conceded 4 goals after he was injured. So we wish Piran Jones all the best.
Yeah, no, I think he played well. I think he had a lot to do tonight. We actually saw him play for Helston, first team. I think their first game of the season at Wellington. We went to watch them and thought he was a really good keeper then. And yeah, good keeper, good young keeper. And I think he struggled on. They didn't have any substitutes at that point, so he could have quite easily have just thrown the towel in. So fair play to him.
Certainly. And of course, fortnight tonight we play them again in the League Cup. Now, I know it's going to be a lot tougher then, but it's going to be hard to guard against complacency, isn't it? You're going to have some work to do to make sure we're not complacent that night, I imagine.
Yeah, obviously the League Cup we're defending champions, so we can't go into that game as we would any game, and I think that's something we've done a lot better this season. We have had a tough start where the fixtures have gone in the league, but we've played really well, and I think get the impression this season we've kind of got that out of our game a little bit. Those games where we were drawing or not quite getting the result, or we just couldn't break teams down, we're a bit more free flowing. I think like tonight we've put the ball in the back of the net. I think Wengen obviously was pretty frustrating where we didn't do that, but yeah, I think we're turning those draws into wins in these types of games where you're at home and teams make it difficult for you.
Okay, it's the evening started with Archie Reynolds. He was selected tonight, so that made it 100 consecutive starts in the league. He got a commemorative tankard from the chairman just before the match. He's been a great servant, hasn't he, Archie? And had another good game tonight, didn't he?
Yeah, Archie. I mean, he's so solid at right back. Great lad, great guy. Really good player. Really well deserved, and it's quite ironic because I think he's actually might be missing on Saturday. So, but yeah, fantastic. I mean, he's every training session, every run that we asked him to do, Never moans, great attitude, great with the younger players. I don't think if you look for the records, I can't imagine there's many players at Penzance or any club for that matter that have played 100 consecutive league games. So fair play to him and congratulations.
Yeah, well done, Archie. Other big news today, FA Vase draw. First round proper for the first time ever in Penzance history. We have a home tie, Hamworthy Recreation of the Wessex League. What do you know about them?
Well, I actually played a bit of Wessex League when I was at university, and they're in the league, so I don't know too much about them now. My mum actually lives about 10 miles away, so I'm going to try and get someone to maybe get a bit of insight into them, but going to be a really tough test. Step 5, I think they're doing pretty well in the Wessex League this year, from a little glance. And yeah, it'll be a great test, but it's fantastic that the club are going to have a home tie. I think would have been a shame to have it away again. I mean, just the first round proper game here, get the crowd, get the mascots, things like that. Unfortunately, I'm actually on holiday, so I'm a bit gutted on that. But I do think, and I said to Dave, I think we'll give anyone a game in that competition. We're not. I think we're a very competitive side against anyone at step 5. I think, but it'll be tough. But hopefully we can get through.
Yeah, certainly good to get a home tie, isn't it? One last question. It's straight back into action this Saturday, away trip to Dogwalls. That's going to be a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's always a difficult game up there. Never had an easy game up there, whether we played Penzance, Ludgate, or whoever. So yeah, we've got to be up for it. I think it was quite good tonight. We've managed to make a few subs, give a few fresh legs. Three games in 7 days is never easy. I know they've got new management, new team, but they seem to be very competitive and picked up a win quite recently, I think, at Launceston, if I'm not correct. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game. Every game in this division is very, very hard, and I think it's, we got to go there. We're in good form. Hopefully, come away 3 points.
Yeah, Kevin McCann took over in the summer. He moved over from Saltash Borough, so I think he's taken quite a few players with him. So they've found taken a little while to find their feet at Peninsula League, but they certainly seem to be improving now. It's going to be another tough one. Yeah. And do you? I know normally it's Tuesday and Thursday nights training. As we've had a midweek game, do you still train Thursday night?
Yeah, we're still training Thursday. It'll be very, very light. I mean, Matt's obviously fantastic. Coach does what he does, and he'll kind of tailor a session that's very light on the players that played a lot of minutes. We'll probably do a bit extra with the guys that haven't played so much. Obviously, do some bits for Harry as well and the goalkeepers, and we've done what we've done as a club really well this season, particularly, and last season, is the 18s and the reserves have been incorporated into training. So we all train together on a Thursday night, and yeah, it's really good to see actually. And yeah, although it's not going to be a full tilt training session, it's just good to get everyone together, particularly with the reserves as well.
Good. So yes, next Saturday, away to Dogwalls with a 3 p.m. kickoff. We'll speak to certainly one of the management team after that. Thank you, Alfie. Well done tonight.
Cheers, James. Thanks.
Cheers.